data models.
I'm Dan Patton, and I play around with Semantic wikis and Semantic CMS systems.
I'm Brad Bolden. I also work for IBM, and we're going to have to talk more. I'm involved with the Site Foundation too.
Bill Anderson. I do Agile Systems Development and Engineering, and I'm adjunct faculty at the School of Information at UT.
I'm David Duncan. I'm a local Linux enthusiast and very interested in learning more about semantic web applications.
Roger Nasser. I'm interested in semantic web and search technologies, and that's about it.
I'm Greg Parker. I'm into RDF and rules engines and .NET.
I'm Chris McConnell. I'm a PhD student at UT. I'm interested in doing some community informatics projects.
I'm Joe Kelly. I work at InfoChimps, business development.
I'm Carl Knudsen. I also work at InfoChimps doing
Data team.
data stuff. Yeah.
I am Steve Blackman. I'm a consultant in Accenture's Smart Grid division and very interested in AI and semantic web.
And we have Chip. You want to quickly introduce yourself, Chip? You came right in time for introduction.
Hi, I'm Chip.
All right. So, I'm Alex Takeda. I'm the executive director of Semantic Web Austin, and so we have this fantastic panel that we put together. And I think the objective was a couple weeks ago. Josh Dilworth, who is a big PR guy here, who does a lot of the PR for these Web 2.0 companies, he told me you should write a letter to the city about why we don't have city data like other cities have it. So I've been trying to do this since October last year, and then I finally finished it. I wrote it, and we published it on Austin Startup, and got some buzz going. And then I got in contact. Then Doug here, who will now introduce everybody, contacted me and told him, hey, we are doing all this data stuff at the city. So we got in contact, and Chip also emailed saying, yeah, there's all this stuff that you need to do. This stuff is going on with city data from the city. So that's the objective. City and data, and put all the semantic web technologies together and see what we can do. So I was thinking we need to have a panel, we need to have a discussion about this and have people who actually know what's going on and what can happen. So Carla, as I know, Carla is an analyst for Guidewire, which is kind of like Forrester.
For startups.
For the startups.
Yeah.
So Carla knows about all the semantic web startups and all what's going on in the semantic area. She's really well known. She goes to all the semantic conferences. So if there's somebody that we need to talk to know what's going on in the world about semantics in real life, it's Carla. So Bronwell is the person behind Open Austin. It's Open Austin when a couple of months ago, I think in last summer, when the city decided to hire a company up in California to do the website, then Whirly, we all know Whirly, I think, and they started all this commotion. No, that has to be here in Austin, it has to be a local company. So they started Open Austin to help guide that process. And they were trying to do, people could vote for the requirements of the website and everything. So Bronwell was the person who was behind Open Austin, and they were going behind this whole process. Zach is, I met Zach a couple months ago, and he's really enthusiastic about business, about what you can do with linked data and what applications you can do with it. And I got a text one day. I got a text one day saying, I just won the linked data workshop challenge, and I knew that MIT was organizing for the beginning of January. The entrepreneur department of MIT was organizing with Tim Berners-Lee the linked data production lab. So it was 1 week of learning about linked data, 1 week of having business training and how to start a company and stuff like that. And then you would have a 3-day hacking session, and then they would pitch the ideas, and we'll have the prototypes and demos to VCs and everybody. And Zach got first place. So if there's somebody that we want to know what is linked data and what I can do with it and how can I actually make money off of it or think about a business idea, Zach is our guy. We have Doug. Doug is the communications director of the city of Austin, and he is the person who's behind of all the process of what's going on with the city. So definitely he is our contact directly to the city. And then we have Flip. Flip is a guy behind InfoChimps, which is, I think, one of really cool startup, and I'm so glad it's here in Austin because InfoChimps it's a marketplace for data. So if we need to know how do I manage data, what can I do with it, how can I sell it, how can I buy everything, flip this, and their teams are guys. So I think everybody here just has it's just a puzzle, a piece of the puzzle that will help us put everything together. So with my objective is to actually talk about data, what city data does it have, why is linked data important, why should the city, or why should we organize this stuff as linked data, what can we do when the data is as linked data, what is missing, what do we need to do, and hopefully after this conversation we will end up with kind of a to-do list. Hey, we actually need to do this, and actually hopefully we have people who will sign up and say, hey, I would be interested in helping out and doing this. So I'd just like to start, if all of you guys just say something given this, of what's going on with the government data and having city data available and all the semantic stuff. If you guys could maybe just say few minutes, just something, few minutes, and then we can start questions and discussion.
Sure. I'll start. I've been covering, broken chair. I've been covering semantic technology. It actually just occurred to me, I think when I first got interested in it was when I talked to Larry 4 years ago. It was a while back, and I hadn't covered much in AI or semantics, and I think it was after I talked to you that it really piqued my interest. I know, so thank you. And have been concentrating on it ever since. And one of the only analysts covering the space, which is a little odd, clearly one of the only women in the space. So I need to do something about that as well.
What's the company's name?
Guidewire Group, and no, we're in Redwood City, and I just moved here about 4 months ago. So we're expanding our presence here. But we focus exclusively on startups. I cover a lot of startups, but one of my areas of specialty is semantics. And I think if I had to say one thing about linked data, it's that I've watched this space evolve from semantic technology, with sometimes people throwing in a /AI when you talk about it, to the semantic web, to now linked data. And I think it's all talking about pretty much the same thing, but I think that the terminology is adapting because it has to, and it's trying to be a little more understandable to the masses. As we all know, it's had a problem with that. And I think linked data and data really as a commodity I'm really excited about the potential for it, and the potential for people understanding, with a bit of education, understanding how it can impact their lives. So.
I'm Brown L. Charlestrom, and I want to correct something once. I'm not the guy behind Open Austin. I'm one of the people in the sort of core team, and we're always looking for more guys and gals behind Open Austin. So if you want to volunteer, that's what Open Austin is all about. Go to openaustin.org. In any case, Doug's going to talk more about what the city's vision is for its data, but what I kind of want to say to this group is I've been involved with semantic web technologies for 5 years or more. I actually invested in and worked at a company back in 2004, 2005. And the issue I have with this area is it's very academic. There are a lot of papers, a lot of research going on, but when it comes to solving real-world problems, there's not a lot of material to turn to or a lot of tools available. So the city has a real problem. It's got a ton of data, and it wants to make some of it public. And the bad news, good news, is very little of it is public today, so it's a green field. Okay, that's great. So they want to do that. They have a requirement. And then all these people are talking about semantic web and linked data, and where's the bridge between the two? How do the people with this problem figure out how to use any of these techniques to actually solve the problem? Why are these techniques better? How do you deploy them and employ them, etc.?